happy Monday. What's up to my very few but very much appreciated followers. And if you're not following me, I hope this video finds you somehow on YouTube, because I really want to share with everyone this Ultimate Legends Bandai Naruto figure. This thing is awesome. That's the brand and line. It's like an American Bandai line called Ultimate Legends, and this thing is awesome. I have always wanted an OG Naruto, or like Kid Naruto series figure that was good, and they did make some back in the day. Bandai made some, but they weren't that good. And maybe they were okay for the time, and they were acceptable for the time, but by today's standards, they're very outdated. And this guy appears to be a huge step up as far as engineering. The only good thing about those old ones is they had a ton of accessories, and this guy has none. But the base figure itself is way better. So firstly, articulation on this guy, he doesn't look up a whole lot. That's about as much as he can. It's because of the collar and also his little mullety hairstyle in the back there. So he doesn't look up a whole lot. He does look down pretty good though. His chin's able to tuck down there in the collar. He gets a decent amount of tilt. Sorry, he's a really small figure, so I have to hold him with two hands or he'll fall. Decent amount of tilt. And a little bit of side to side, not a whole lot. Again, the collar, and the collar itself doesn't move. But I want to remind everyone as we go through this review, this guy is $10. He was $9.99 at Target. I can't speak for every Target or every other retailer. I don't know if he's going to be a different price anywhere else, but he was $10 at my Target. This guy has to be the best $10 I've ever spent. I feel like if I had spent like 15 to 20, I would have been just as happy. But anyway, so surprisingly for a figure of this caliber, at the shoulders, he does have an butterfly, well, not a butterfly joint. It's more just like a long post and peg, or like a long barbell joint. Let me see if I can show you. That goes from the shoulder into the torso, and it's pretty uninhibited. There's just a big gap opening where it goes in and it floats around, so there's just a little bit of a cap there that kind of covers that gap a little bit, just a little, because there's still quite a bit of a gap. But yeah, that's just free floating with that cover, and so it gives you great range for the shoulder. The full 360, and it goes up that high. It does have bicep swivel, and the only thing that's really limited about it is it has a single jointed elbow. Goes about 90 degrees exactly, and then it has these. You can swivel the wrists, and then you can hinge them up and down. But those are the only directions that the wrist goes, but it's pretty good. The torso, it's like a double ball peg, yeah. And the crunch isn't that deep. Like, this is it fully crunched. That's it all the way back. It gets real gappy, and then the only other thing is it does afford like a forward and back shift, so you can get them in some really clean neutral poses, neutral positions. You can kind of clean up the gaps. If you clean up the gaps in the front, then the gaps in the back are horrible though. And then if you kind of shift it around and minimize the gap in the back, then he's gappy in the front, but you can shift it and kind of clean that up. Decent tilt. Sorry, I was getting a little closer. Decent tilt, and then he does have very minimal, but it is there. There's a little bit of lower like waist tilt there, just a little extra. No, sorry, not tilt, but crunch. Just a little bit extra. Yeah, there's no tilt there, and there's a little bit of extra rotation. But most of your rotation, or all of your rotation, really is going to come up on the top here, and then just a little added there. You could probably tell by just looking at the figure how the articulation is going to be in the leg, because you can see it, but it does come up pretty far, 90 degrees, or maybe just a little more than 90. It does have the thigh rotation. It does kick out almost 90, kicks out pretty good. Now, hugely surprising on this guy, because it is a lower priced figure and it has basic articulation for the most part. While they are a little ugly, it does have double jointed knees. Actually, is that double jointed? No, okay. Sorry, I thought it was, but it is a single joint, like a cut joint, but it looked like it was moving at the top and the bottom, but it's not. It is a single joint, but that's pretty good. It gets back there really far. And then also, surprisingly, very surprising, well, before we get to that, it has an ankle rotation, and foot goes up and down, back and forth, very generously. Hopefully you can see that. My lighting is not the greatest, but it's up and down well. But it does have ankle rocking, and a very good one at that. Very, very good. So that was surprising for a figure of this level, I guess you could say, especially this price. So yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting to kind of just be able to do basic things with this figure, and I certainly never thought that you could get him to take a knee. But you can get him to take a knee easily and cleanly, and pose it around, down there, whatever, do whatever you need. Paint apps on this guy are really clean. To be honest, they are just as good, if not better, than some of the Figure Arts ones. All around, this guy's really clean. And like I said, he has no accessories though, which is a little bit of a bummer, I guess. I would have paid more money for some accessories for sure. But for the functionality he has and the price I paid, for how good he looks as well, I mean, this guy is it. I'm so happy to have this. I wish I didn't sell all my old Figure Arts Naruto line, but I thought they were done with the line, and obviously they're coming back now, and I super regret it. So I don't have any one for this guy to go with, but he is the perfect size. I'm gonna grab like some Dragon Ball figures or something, so I can just do a size compare. Yeah, just real quick, here he is with a Marvel Legends and the Revoltech Deadpool. You can see he has a really nice size, nice and short. He looks about the age he's supposed to be as he's represented. Here he is next to the only Goku, or the only like Dragon Ball figure human size that I had laying around close. So yeah, he was handy, but as you can see, the size is really good. Should really be able to fit in with your, like, if you have a Figure Arts Kakashi, or I guess that's really the only one that he would go with. I know this line, I saw that they made a Kakashi, and I haven't seen it in person or seen any reviews on it, so I don't know size-wise how he lines up with him. But for the Figure Arts Kakashi, he should line up perfectly. And then I guess that'd be the only one that they made already that he could really go with. Yeah. So anyway, I'm sorry this wasn't like a super thought out review. This was not planned. I didn't know this figure existed. I just happened to be in Target 2 days ago. And I saw it and I was like, whoa, is that a Kid Naruto? Like, I've always wanted one of those. And I took a look at like the face and I was like, wow, that's really good. And then I could see the articulation. I was like, all right, well, that looks kind of basic, but it looks pretty good. But I didn't realize that it was going to be this good, man. And I didn't know how much it was either. There was no price tag. So when I scanned it for $9.99, I was like, oh, yeah, hey, that's pretty good. I'll get that. But I'm so happy. I'm like, I haven't been this happy or excited about a figure, especially because I didn't even know it existed. So if you're a fan, I highly recommend you look for this guy. After I found him, I looked on eBay because I wanted to know if they made any other figures. And I saw this guy on there for like 70, 50, 40. Don't do it, guys. You should be able to find him for like 10 bucks. Unless my Target made a mistake or something, which I don't think so. But, you know, whatever. Do what you want to do. If you want to find one sooner. With the ease of ordering one online, of course, you can do that. But yeah, I highly, highly recommend it. It is my favorite Naruto figure ever, including the Figure Arts ones that I used to have. Now, I know the new ones that are coming out look to be much improved, so maybe that would change. I wish I didn't get rid of them all, but I'm definitely back. And I really, really hope that the Bandai Ultimate Legends line makes Sasuke and Sakura. That would be fantastic. And then I could just rebuy the Figure Arts Kakashi or something. But if they just made the 3 kids, that would be amazing. So anyway, thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Hope you guys find this if you want it. And if you don't, I hope you at least found the video entertaining. Take it easy, guys. Peace.